It's time to go for a walk, nudie. Right, so here we are. And with me I've brought Riley and Neuterman. He didn't really want to walk at the end, so we're gonna be walking a couple of miles, JK, only a couple meters, to a prettier spot. We'll be over some Q&A questions for you guys. So, we'll see you guys then. Berlin loves you. Or not. Save our planet.
Save the Earth.
Save the turtles.
Alright, if you don't decide to stay with G2, what are your plans as a content creator?
So currently speaking, I'm still on the contract, so I'm still with G2. It's why you see me still rocking the same sponsors, the same banners, and it's why my Twitter tag is still at G2 Pengu. A lot of people thought that me stepping down automatically meant that I'm gonna be off G2, but for the time being, I'm still there. With that being said, however, we're still getting offers and looking through them, having some meetings and seeing what the future might bring. There's a lot of directions, a lot of paths for us, so it's up to me to figure out which one is best suited for us.
And now that you're not bound by Pro League, do you think you'll still move to North America?
It's no secret that North America was always an end goal for me. It's an end game. It's also where Riley is from, who's behind the camera. So I think it makes sense to try and see if we can get there. But I wouldn't say that it's the only place that we can go to.
Now, do you think you'll ever return to pro play, either as a coach, analyst, caster, or player?
I wouldn't rule it out. I think that there are chances that I might come back as a player if I either suck at content making, get bored of content making, or if my channel just gets plummeted to the ground and it completely gets cancelled out. At that point, I'm like, damn, I'm bored now. I want to definitely get back to Pro League. However, right now, my current position, if I were to join an organization that has a Pro League team, for example, G2 in this case, I definitely see myself being on the coaching staff support role, kind of like a DC on Dark Zero, or a BC on Dark Zero, sorry, where you're a former player, you give your input and your experience, put that to use. Because there's no point for me to just sit on the bench and be a full-time content creator.
And do you think you'll ever get into the casting and analysis side of Pro League?
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Parker's tweet and Parker's comments on Twitch chat, but Parker has been spamming caster eyes emojis all over the place. There's a chance where I will be on the analyst desk or where I'll be joining the scene maybe, but whether it's like a long-term position or a temporary one or just like a one-trick pony, I don't know. As I said, I'm open for all kinds of opportunities and ideas, and I don't want to be shy towards any of them because one of them could turn out great.
Will you ever consider doing coaching videos on how to improve at Siege?
Dude, Newt has so much hair, it's actually crazy. Yeah, so my current plan for my content is one, to get a schedule out and kind of mainstream my content. Stream is gonna be everything. It's gonna be whether it's tier list or ranked or whatever. My YouTube is gonna be highlights of that, funny moments, etc. The TikTok that I'm about to release is going to be for educational purposes, whether it's strategies or loadouts or equipments, tips and tricks, and perhaps even some slight coaching on there. And with the Rainbow Six replay coming out soon, or now that it's in beta, I'm sure we can do some more educational content from a top-down view and get some better perspective. I'm also being granted allowance by Ubisoft to do coach streaming of both the NAL and the EOL, so I'll be trying to give as much educational content in that space as I can as well.
Do you think about going into variety games?
As you might have seen in the last 2 weeks of my stream, I've been playing other non-Siege games. My channel going forward will still be 85-90% Siege, but I will be playing the other games occasionally. Games like Diablo 4 when that comes out, or maybe even try a game like Dark Souls. Maybe I'll even try Siege on console, that's an idea of mine. But yeah, it's going to be mainly Siege with the occasional variety.
Will you be staying at the current place you live, or will you be moving out as you're no longer a part of the team?
This one's gets asked a lot on my Twitch chat. As you know, we're currently still in Berlin. You can both see it in this video, and also my streaming setup hasn't changed. We might be going to Denmark for a bit to see my mom, and I gotta get a surgery on my wisdom teeth. But besides that, the plan is to stay in Germany for a couple of months and see what happens. While I'm still working with G2 directly, it's an easy one. if I end up on a different path that's outside of G2, obviously we gotta figure out what's next for us. It doesn't really make sense for me to be living in a G2 area, G2 space, if I'm not working with them. So that's the situation that we'll have to fight down the line.
I know that this was long in the making, but why didn't you hold out until after the delayed SI?
A lot of people ask that as well, because it makes sense to go out on invitationals. The matter of fact is that I started thinking about stepping down at Invite 2021, which is a while ago. It's a full year. And my plan was originally to step down after the EUL finals, giving the roster a couple months to find my replacement and get some practice in. But it didn't work out with the buyout windows or transfer period windows, etc. And after winning the EUL finals, we're like, you know what, let's get a banger last tournament. Let's get an invite victory. Then I'll step down after invitationals. But with that being postponed, it hasn't really changed the time zone of what I want to do. I don't want to delay my own future anymore, and I also don't want to delay the future of my team. I want to get them started on a new path without me. And I also have, you know, even now that I've stepped down, it doesn't mean that I'm instantaneously on my new path. I got a few months to figure everything out, buy out with G2, etc. So I didn't want to keep waiting. I didn't want to keep postponing it. And let's say Invite got postponed again in May. What am I gonna do then? I'm gonna wait till February next year. So we just pulled the plug now, and we got my replacement filled in on Kayak. So he's the fucking yak.
And now that you have more free time, do you think you're gonna open up a schedule that's set for your streaming times?
Yeah, my plan is to try and release a weekly schedule similar to other streamers, where I'll be posting out what days I'm playing what games, so that you guys know when to watch in case you don't like certain games. And my goal is to stream 5 or 6 days a week for at least 4 to 5 hours each of those days. And the plan is to do, you know, if I stream 5 hours a week, then 3 or 4 of those are gonna be Siege guaranteed. Maybe one is gonna be like 3.5 of Siege, and then the variety the rest. To put like a kind of like a very loose element to it, Mondays and Wednesdays will be the NAL and EUL coach streams. Then we'll be doing maybe some, and like 1 day a week will be the Valheim or World of Warcraft, and then once we finish Valheim, we might start Dark Souls. So it's gonna be very loose, but we're gonna have a few elements that are gonna be the same, and that's probably gonna be the EUL and NAL, as those games are set in stone. Alright guys, we're almost home now. Thank you for watching. I know this video is a bit more laid back, a bit more casual, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. See you guys in the next one.
You literally bonked the camera like halfway through this at one point. And now
to get some extra content for the editor.
Man's attacking.
Yeah.
Nitty man! He looks like Godzilla from this angle.
Wanna get kitty stick?
Dead cat.
Come on, buddy. We go for a walk? Neuter.